What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rawstocks. This is Rustic. Today we're going to be taking a look at Tesla's chart. We're going to look at where price came from, where price ended today, and where price is likely to head tomorrow and into the rest of the week. Before we get started, don't forget to check out the description below. There's a link to the Discord where I'm hanging out during market hours, a link to the merch shop, and a link to my socials. Don't forget, we are running a contest where we're going to be giving away a free Rawstocks t-shirt or tank top. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're almost at 300, so we're well on our way. Be looking for that contest. Once we hit 500 subscribers, I'll be releasing the information on how to potentially win that t-shirt or tank top. So looking at today's chart, we're on a Monday, right? What we look for on Mondays is for accumulation or a bit of consolidation before we head into Tuesday, where we're watching for manipulation. And then Wednesday, potentially Thursday, we're watching for distribution. So we did get our accumulation. We had a fairly decent range on today's candle. Early on, moved up, tested the top from Friday. We got an equal high in these candles. We traded down. We took some sell side liquidity. That was local liquidity, and I'll show you when we get into the lower time frame charts where we ended up rallying back up into the end of the day. So the candle itself, not huge, but we had some nice wicks on there, so there definitely was some good price action. Definitely some nice trades. Closed out some of my 230 puts, sold 3 of 7. Also entered a put near the end of the day, 217.50 put. That one's just looking to potentially exit tomorrow, depending on which direction we head. Kind of thinking we're going to get a little bit of a quick downside move of manipulation and then continue to rally up from there. So we will see. The rest of the market looks like it's pretty squeezy. So I do think that we might continue to see some upside on Tesla. And what I'm looking for is maybe a quick take of this liquidity or the low today. And then maybe Wednesday, even up into Thursday, trading up into this gap. And then from there, we might see a reversal back to the downside, or we might see continuation. And that continuation could take us, potentially all the way up here. I don't really want to see it take more than that 234-ish range and break this low here. It's going to invalidate an Elliott wave count I have going on, where I was anticipating we're going to trade down below 200, maybe even back down to 180. But if it changes, it changes. If it heads higher, that wave count is invalidated, and we'd be looking for something to move up into this monthly fair value gap. So the red lines here, and here, that's a monthly fair value gap. We're going to draw on liquidity as we pull into that. Not anticipating that we're going to run real high, but we also have a volume node point of control back at 254. So if we do start running higher, this monthly fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, and then potentially the volume point of control are our areas of interest. Okay, we have our daily high again marked off here. We adjusted our new daily low from today, and so we'll be looking to see which way the manipulation happens and which side of liquidity we draw on first before we expect our distribution to occur, potentially already on Tuesday, but usually we're looking for that on Wednesday. And then Thursday, again, continued distribution or a reversal in the opposite direction. So some of our, again, downside targets, we have this daily gap here. I have it marked off from wick to wick. We could also look at body to body, but really I'm looking at, this range of we'll call it 212 down to 206. We also have a weekly fair value gap that's much lower, but we're not there yet, so not really worth discussing, but that's down below 195 down to 182. If we look at a lower time frame chart, we'll drop into the 1 hour chart, give us a little bit better look at what happened today. So again, here's our open. Right, we traded up. We set relative equal highs here. We'll adjust just a little bit more. But really, that was just a run on stops here. We ran up, took the stops from the shorts that shorted back up here. If there was any hanging out, ran the stops, draw on liquidity, sold down. We saw a nice rally afterwards. Now, again, I'll show you on a shorter time frame chart, but down here in some of these wicks, we had local sell side liquidity, and so we took all of that. The next liquidity level down below is going to be, again, all the way down in this wick. And so We didn't get there today. We just kind of, again, sweeped the liquidity that was in these, and you'll see that when we drop onto an even lower time frame chart. Now, these equal highs, these tell me that they're going to get broken. So even if we do trade down, sweep the liquidity maybe on this low, or sweep the liquidity here, I think we're going to come back relatively quickly and take these equal highs. That's just equal highs or equal lows get smashed. That's my philosophy. And so, although it looks like a double top, and probably retail traded it like a double top today, which is why we got a sell off, equal highs will still get taken out. It's a point of interest. So now it's become our daily high and an equal high. So we will be looking for that to get taken out. So again, potentially looking for a liquidity sweep as our manipulation move, and then our distribution Wednesday, Thursday above these highs to take those highs out. We'll see if that happens. Alternatively, if we were looking for manipulation to occur to the upside and our distribution to the downside, I don't think we're going to sweep this. I think we'd maybe come up here, and then we'd start trading down into this gap come Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm going to be looking for manipulation to happen in either direction. I just want to see, do we start trading up out of the gate, or do we start trading down out of the gate? And that's going to probably tell us which way that manipulation is coming. Just like maybe down here where we saw that quick strike and then rally, I do expect maybe we see a quick strike, whether it's upside or downside, and then rally off of that, or drop off of that, depending on which direction it starts. When we drop down into the 15-minute chart, again, getting a better look at what happened today. We had a gap up, we rallied up, we rejected after we stole the liquidity, ran the stops, right? Sold off, had a little bit of a rebound, and sold off from there. Now you can start to see a little bit better where those draws on liquidity happened here, or those sell side liquidity, where we started taking some of these wicks. Right, and so you're just looking at lows, in this case, sell side liquidity. All right, we came down and took it. We did not take the low here, so I'll be watching that. And then again, watching this low here that I have labeled in a green line at 211. Let's go ahead and make this an actual horizontal line so that you guys can see the price on this one, since it hasn't been taken. It's at 213.44. So tomorrow, if we open and we take a quick strike, I'll be looking to see if we rebound from there and trade back up. Maybe that quick strike comes even lower. It just depends. But I'm looking for some of the sell side to be taken and then rally off of it. Or, again, oppositely, we have a peak here. So do we come and take that as a quick strike and then trade down from there? A couple different things I'm watching for. But we got that buy side liquidity in that peak there, and then again our equal highs up here. There's not much as far as like fair value gaps or any of that kind of stuff. I do see a little one right here that we look like we traded back up into near the close. So no surprise that we kind of ended by coming up into that. It's going to be magnetic, even though it's on a 15-minute time frame. Okay, we set it. We traded off of it. We rallied back up to it. There's liquidity that rests up there. So again, we didn't quite hit it, but we came pretty close. So again, we'll be watching that too. If we trade through it and then we strike on the buy side tomorrow, we'll be seeing if that's the move of manipulation. If we look down at the 5-minute time frame, again, you see a little bit closer that we had that early rally, and then come that 940 candle, hard rejection, bearish engulfing candle, sold down to close the gap. Right, we rallied off the gap, and then we just continued to sell down, but we rallied back up. And so when you look, if you want to look at where you might be saying like, wow, where's the accumulation in this whole mess? What you want to do is you want to look at the fact that we started our accumulation phase on Friday. Okay, and then we ended up back in that same zone. So although we traded off of it and we traded below it, we ended back into it. So all of this is accumulation. Okay, and whether it's accumulating for a move to the upside or to the downside, that'll be told throughout the rest of the week. But there's our accumulation, the fact that we sold off and rallied back into it. Accumulation doesn't always throughout a trading day look like sideways movement, although we did get a bit of sideways movement here, and then we got a little bit of sideways movement into the end of the day. we also see that sideways movement started on Friday. And finally, we'll drop down into the 1 minute chart. This is where the day traders are getting their price action. Again, last Friday, I took some 230 puts. They went negative, on that gap open. But I ended up selling somewhere down here. I didn't ride it all the way out to the bottom. I peeled off 3 of 7 contracts. I did say when we hit we were up around 217, 218. I did say when we hit 216, I'd be looking to close out some more of that position. I got busy. I wasn't able to manage a trade. I was not able to get that nice exit as we got all the way down to 215, and then we rallied off of there. So I'm still swinging those puts. I do anticipate that we are going to see that 215 at least retested, if not more. Again, either a strike on the bottom to test it, or 213, or even 211, depending on how quickly and what day that happens. I'll be looking for those levels. At that point, I will be looking to close out those positions. Also, I took near the end of the day, I took a 217.50 put. And again, I'm looking for that quick move to the downside where I can peel that position off and make a nice little profit. 20, 25%, something like that would be just fine. I'm not looking to ride that position all the way to the end of the week. If we do start trading up right out of the gate, I will probably average down into that position, or I'll take some new positions for the 220 puts, potentially 220, 250, something like that, and then see if I can catch some downside distribution over Wednesday and Thursday. So those are the kind of the things I'm looking for. Hope this has been a beneficial video for you guys. Don't forget to smash a like, subscribe, share it to all your friends. Continue to grow this channel because I'd like to give away a Rawstocks t-shirt, but we got to get to 500 viewers before I do that. So again, share with all your friends, share on your socials, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.